Hello. So I was like with Artemis event up right now. I thought I would do like a video about like Artemis and some of the teams we can use her in and like if she's good or not. So Artemis, like I said in the other video, she really isn't the best hero, but she's not. She's better than some heroes. Like there's definitely worse. But we'll like look at her here. Where is my Artemis? She's gonna be weak. She could be down here somewhere. Oh wow, she had more investment than I thought, I guess. Right, so Artemis says the huntress fades to his shadow in the night, reaching the sorceress. She kills her immediately. Remember which death has a name, and that is name is Artemis. It's kind of funny. She's like a witch hunter, but she actually has a witch skin, which is honestly her best looking skin. This is her best looking skin. This is like a super ironic because she's like supposed to be like a witch hunter, and then you have one where she's totally a witch, but the only other skin I have unlocked for is the spring skin, which was part of like one of those themes. Though I don't think it's obtainable anymore, which I think is stupid. I hate exclusive anything in any kind of these games, especially since it has stats and since she's glass cannon, you probably want that armor stat and it's unobtainable for people. So yeah, kind of stupid, but looks like a squirt gun tank. It's funny looking. Anyway, so let's talk about her skills. So this skill right here. This skill has a lot of damage potential, but the downside is this is a random target, so it's 10 arrows. Like this is really good if there's only one or two heroes left on the other team. But then again, if there's only one or two heroes left on the other team, you're probably already winning the fight. So this is kind of one of those like thrive or die kind of mechanical moves. Like it's not a very good designed ability. Like it's kind of it's win more. Like if you're winning, this move's great, but you were probably already winning that fight anyway. And when they have 5 heroes on the board, this ability is pretty underwhelming because it's like I said, it's just because it spreads the damage out so much. It's like whatever. Smart arrow. This one hits random targets. Like this one, she does get an up. She actually does have ascension abilities. We'll talk about those in a minute. This one does have a nice upgrade with the ascension. True light. This can blind enemies through 3 seconds. Not too great. This it's whatever. It's a blind effect. It's like, hits all ends. I guess you can try to take off some ode counters. There's a lot better heroes for this though, so I think that's a pretty mad ability. And then the punishing arrows. So every 10,000 damage Artemis does, she gains physical attack bonus. This is actually kind of like her key ability. This is, if you can keep her alive and you can get her going, she can do a lot of damage. But then again, if you're doing so much damage, you get a bonus again. This was like when where she has very thrive or die kind of mechanics, which I think is kind of to her detriment. It's just like she's not good out of the gate. You have to, you have to actually be able to do damage, and things like heroes like Dante and Aurora can definitely slow that down. So we're gonna just kind of look at her ascension though, because she does have some upgrade abilities. She has a healing smart arrow, so this pretty much gives her vampirism with her healing arrow, with her smart arrow. It bounces 2 more times, so it bounces more, plus she gets 33% damage for all the damage she does. So essentially, kind of like a weaker form of vampirism. Like, honestly, it should just be 100% be like a full vampirism effect. I think it would be much better. Make her a lot more viable instead of just 33, but whatever. And then this makes her ult even more powerful because it fires 7 more arrows, which, I guess that's okay, except again, like, it does a lot better when there's fewer targets. When there's 5 targets, again, this is, it's okay. She's okay in PvE. She's an okay PvE hero, but, and of course she's a marksman, but, I guess we'll look at this real quick. We'll peek here. No, I hit the wrong one. I was going to look at her ascension tree. Like, so she has, like, critical hit. She is a critical hit hero. She's one of the few critters, which that can be really good because it can allow her burst damage, but it makes her a bit inconsistent. There's not many critters, and like I said, but this also means she's very vulnerable to Helios, but she gets a high crit rate. She has so many of these crit themes. So she's kind of vulnerable to Helios, like such, because she ends up with a really high crit rate. Unlike Fox, whose crit rate is fairly low, Artemis is really high. In her glyphs, she has a crit glyph. Like I said, usually you probably do armor pen first, then physical attack, then probably critical hit, then agility, health last, or skip it all together. If you're trying to keep her low, but that just makes her more fragile. But then artifacts, You probably want to do her physical attack one. It's armor pen. Actually, you probably want to do the book first. Do the book first. That sets up to that's fits armor pen. You want to buff armor pen. The physical attack buff's kind of meh. Armor pen all the way here. This would be I do this, then this last. Though this is a pretty big chunk of physical attack when it's done and some armor. Like I said, buffing your whole team's usually better than just a single one, but gives her some armor pen. Definitely do that one first, then skins. Armor pen, do spring skin first, then probably devil skin. Then probably same thing with the glyphs, then angel skin, then agility, and then beach skin last if you have it. So at least it is her least important skin, but it still sucks that people can't get it. So let's go look. So I prepared, I did some fights here. So here's the thing. Literally nobody uses Artemis on the high end because there's kind of better options, but she does work with the quadrinity line. She is a hero that is viable in quadrinity lines. So against the twins, we did run her here. Other people have been starting to smack these things. But she does work here. Right, we are able to get a silence with Isaac here. Quadrinity lines can be really strong because these are, like I said, it puts the four best heroes in the game. It's similar to the Holy Trinity, the three best heroes. Now you have Isaac, who's pretty much the fourth best hero in the game. Puts the four best heroes plus one in lines. Quadrinity lines are pretty good, but here's the thing though, you're doing a critter here, and you're kind of so the biggest comparison I could get is you're kind of similar to Trifecta Killer, but this ended up working pretty good. We are down, like I said, Artemis is dead. Isaac, I think, is the one doing most of this here. We're kind of winning. I think we're kind of winning in spite of Artemis here, but we'll look at the stats here. We have 125 seconds left. Isaac, silence locked. That worked for the same reason Trifecta Killer works, but Isaac dealt damage. Artemis, not too much. She died pretty quickly. Like I said, so she took 446k damage, so she has really low life. So you might not want to skip the health glyph on her, but she would get old more often if you did that. Hard to say. Oh yeah, she does have some self-healing with the smart arrow. Haha, not a lot. Okay, so that was that. But like I said, it's Trifecta Killer is usually the way to beat this, and also note that like I said, is they'll probably get silence here because Yasmin's basic attack speed is a bit faster than Artemis, and that was enough to. So Isaac was able to actually land silence this time. Faster, was able to get this up faster. But this, like I said, I think Yasmin's probably going to kill this team a lot faster than Artemis team did. Like I said, it's just more efficient. Yasmin's just a bit... Like I said, Yasmin's just better for this kind of stuff than Artemis. You're kind of... Yasmin's pretty much what you're comparing, or going to have to compare Artemis to. I mean, I don't really know what a good Artemis team is, because nobody uses her. This is, honestly, the best thing I could think of, because of her similarities. Yasmin's a critter. So... But you can't work that way. I just think investing in Yasmin's probably better for trying to beat Trinity Twins against a Arachnomile team. Again, we did use this Quadrinity plus Artemis here. Can slow it down here for you guys so you can actually watch here. Right, and the dodge buffs also really hose physical attackers who have multiple hits, because then there's more chance to dodge, which means more energy, etc. So she, like I said, Dante, Aurora, Heidi can really keep a hero like Artemis down. But she is doing lots of damage here. But this fight ends up being really interesting because, look at that. That's a lot of damage, but it's just Artemis and Arachne, and Artemis actually gets a crit to take that home. Like I said, that's 166k damage. Like I said, that's a lot of damage. Like I said, she did pretty much top DPS. Oh, thing about pets, she has no patron option. She is Fenris only. That is the only patron option you get. Like I said, plus 500k life. Still didn't do a lot of healing. Like, which is why I think that healing smart arrow could definitely have the full 100% be like I said, because it doesn't do a lot. So of healing, the healing's pretty irrelevant. So it could get a boost on the healing. Yes, but she did do a lot of damage here. This one trifecta killer. Like, it was a close fight though. It was just Artemis left and pretty much one hit away from death. Right, Isaac was able to get his thing off before Sebastian Ode. Like, this did not happen with the Artemis fight. And this has a lot to do, like, Artemis, like, so here's the thing. Yasmin is a bit faster at attacking with her basic attack than Artemis. Like, if you just watch her, like, you can, like, if you put like a timer or whatever on the screen, like, Yasmin is a bit faster with her basic attack than Artemis, and that was enough to push the enemy Aurora to ulting a bit more. So this just ends up being just a bit better. Here was quite a bit quicker, and of course nobody died. So again, and Yasmin did a lot, like I said. So Artemis, like I said, she does have some place. Like I said, you can also use her the first head-to-head versus Trifecta Killer. This was actually interesting. This is a team we're comparing against, like head-to-head. I guess we can slow this down for you so you can actually watch. You might want to actually watch this. Right, this is going to be pretty, like I said, this fight's pretty rando because all the crits and dodge effects going on. Like, you could run this fight several times, you'd probably get different results. But look, like I said, though, Artemis does some pretty good damage with her ult if she's able to actually land. And this is where, like, why she seems attractive as a hero. Like I said, look at that damage. Like, she came up top DPS there. And that's how I said, there is some crapshoots there. Like I said, but a part of what made this happen is because, one, you didn't have Aurora with Kayn there. Like, if Aurora had Kayn, you had, like, Albus on Yasmin instead. You know, this might be a loss. So we, like I said, so it's just one of those things, like, yeah, she has some potential. She really does have some damage potential because she could do a lot of high burst damage. She is a glass cannon, and Yasmin in most cases is probably a better option for most people. Dante's probably a better option. I wouldn't really recommend Artemis, but she is interesting. She's a fun hero. She's decent in PvE settings, like I said, and because she did get some boosts with Ascension, like I said, those buffs do help. Like, her ult's a lot better. Well, post Ascension, but you have to take her all the way to Ascension rank 5 to really get the most out of her, because it gives her 70% more damage to her ult because it's 10 arrows, and then the Ascended ability adds 7 more. So that's 70% more damage with her ult. However, you have to take her all the way to Ascension rank 5 to get there, which is a lot of investment. And this is probably the other thing that keeps her down, is that, that's a lot of investment. There's better heroes invested in. And anyway, that's my thoughts on Artemis. I hope you guys found this video fun and informative. Thank you for watching.